everybody, welcome to Bass and Bonsai. I thought I'd give you a quick heads up on future events coming up here at Bass and Bonsai. Quick glance at the trees, and we'll talk about some of the do's and don'ts. It's winter here still. We've got a few more weeks till spring, then we'll get to going on these trees. So anyway, buckle up, hang on, let's just take a quick look at these trees and talk about bonsai. What do you say? Okay, as you can see, we still got our trees out here. I have not moved these. These trees have been here all winter long. They've been covered with snow. We still have snow on the ground. It actually warmed up yesterday and the other day, so all of the snow has melted off the benches, but these things were almost completely covered. And I don't recommend to do it this way. I just did it this year, and I'm probably going to lose a couple trees, not a ton. I had some crazy, I don't know what went on with these two pots. You can see they literally like exploded. I don't know if there was too much moisture gathered in there, but the way they've crackled up. So we still have some trees to work on that haven't even been put in a pot yet. We've got several that have a season or so of work or growth on them since being worked on. That poor little dude, I think he's gone for sure. But most of these others, they're doing pretty good considering they've just sit out here frozen, thawed, frozen, thawed. I don't recommend doing it this way. I recommend, like Bonsai guy does it, I'm going to try to get out and look at his setup. But basically just a cold greenhouse, whether you build it with glass door panels, old doors, clear plastic, and open it up on the nicer days, something like that is what I recommend. I did it this way this year. One of those don'ts, not a do in my book. But these trees, all that you see out here, they have made it 2 full seasons through the winter, and you know they are still alive, but I have lost a few trees doing it this way. Okay, so real quick, I want to talk about bonsai soil. I got a lot of people still asking me questions on that. I'm not an expert on bonsai soil. I've only been doing bonsai a few years, so, you know, and that's another thing I'll touch on real quick. If you're coming to YouTube channels to learn how to keep a bonsai tree alive, it's probably not the best thing. I'm trying to do this channel, Bass and Bonsai, try to get you inspired to either stick with bonsai, get into bonsai if you're first hearing about it, and that anybody can create these little trees out of simple little cheap garden junipers and some maples, different stuff you can get at garden centers. It doesn't have to be a bonsai tree already. You can start with nursery material, sometimes considered scrap nursery material that people don't want. If you want to try to keep your bonsai tree alive, I suggest you be joined in a local bonsai club. Some of the higher end guys that are doing videos like Bonsai Mirai, few others. There's not a ton of them out there on YouTube that are going to be able to teach you how to keep that tree alive. You need somebody locally that knows the weather, can either visually look at your tree, or you can tell exactly what species it is, and they can tell you how they've kept theirs alive in that climate. That's the best way to do it. Now, as far as bonsai soil, I will tell you this. If you're asking questions about bonsai soil, you're not ready to mix up your own bonsai soil. I'm not really ready to mix up my own. I tried it, and I follow by what people say, recommendations. I like smaller size. I like all different sizes, all different mixtures. I think that is when, you know, variety is the spice of life. That's what I like in my bonsai soil. Different sizes, all different types of material, whether it be organic, inorganic, turfus, akadama, lava rock for sure. But so you're like, oh, I don't know what bonsai soil to use. That's where you need to also get with the local guy. But one place I will send you to, Superfly Bonsai. I've heard quite a few good things about them. I haven't myself bought the stuff, but some of the Facebook groups I'm on, guys are recommending that. And if you do want to try a mix, the word is there's a Boone mix. That would be the one to maybe try, but there's also ones geared specifically towards your tree. Those are ones I would recommend if you know exactly what species you have. Go to Superfly Bonsai and check that site out, and you'll see what I'm talking about. They have a few different ways to order it, or just do your own research, you know, into how to make your own soil. If you're bound and determined to make your own, I'm not going to recommend anybody what to do to make your own bonsai soil. I'll leave that for somebody else. I just like a variety of different components in my bonsai mix. I do know that. I know that Hoffman's Superfly, Hoffman's bonsai soil for real little trees, I recommend. I've had good luck with that. If you're just looking for the cheapest pre-made alternative, I would say Brussels Bonsai Mix or Wee Tree Farms. For bigger trees, it's kind of bigger, bulkier, has still a little dirt mixed in it, but that stuff seems to be working all right for any trees I've potted up in it. All right, so it is freezing cold out here still. It dropped down to back to like 20 after everything thawed out. So I'm gonna do the rest of this inside. I can't even hardly feel my fingers. We're gonna finish strong outside. So I'm gonna show you just a few trees while I keep talking here. And a few little close-ups. But basically what I'm gonna do this coming season, now you guys unfortunately that aren't local won't be able to try to get in on buying these, but I'm gonna start selling off these trees because I'm gonna get back to what I started with a few years back, taking just the small trees like this, which I have that thing is frozen to the, look at that, I can't even move it. But taking little trees like this and these little pots that you can pick up. Sometimes on clearance I picked up these as cheap as like $2.50 or $5, and you know, creating bonsai trees out of them. I'm gonna start doing some more of that. But maybe a couple of these guys, I may keep some of my nicer trees for, you know, to continue on the styling of them. But I may also just put everything up for sale, and what doesn't sell, I'll keep, continue styling. What does sell, I'll use that money to go back and fund more of these smaller type trees and keep going with restyling, you know, first trees from the simple nursery material to bonsai material. So anyway, I hope you like this quick little freeze your finger off video. Hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and whatever you do, get out and go bass and bonsai. Bonsai or bonsai, whatever you pronounce it. Taking a little bush, tree, plant, putting it in a pot, make it look like a miniature tree. That's bonsai. Thank you very much for watching.